What's good? What's good, everybody? What's going on? This is your boy Doc Holiday, and you already know it is Hump Day. It's Wednesday, February the 8th, 2023, and we are back with another HBCU Overdrive live stream. Make sure that make sure, make sure, always make sure you comment. Make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you share this with people, and most of all, subscribe. Become a uh an exclusive member of the channel. And first of all, thank you, Rank One, for becoming for becoming an Overdrive fan. Thank you, thank you. Like I said, all this goes back towards the channel. This does not go into my pocket. So you don't have to worry about too much anything back there. You know, it's going into the pocket. It is going for a good cause. Excuse me. So I know a lot of people. It's Wednesday, so everybody's got shows, got their own shows tonight. So I don't mind sharing the airways with people. I'm cool, I'm calm, and I'm collected with that. Um, what up? What up, 100? What's going on, man? Long time no see. Long time subscriber. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's see, we getting people coming in, rolling in. Um, Make sure tomorrow that you check the show. So tomorrow I will be doing breakdown of Texas Southern's football schedule, and that will be done in the afternoon. I will actually have an afternoon show tomorrow since I'm off tomorrow from my regular job, and also I will be on the show. Hopefully, I can get this going with uh first first letter of the Intelligent Gangsters Entertainment, aka Put It On Something. So hopefully I will be on. He'll be coming in. We have that show going in on 6 o'clock. We'll talk a little bit in depth about the Eddie George interview on Club Shay Shay. Also give our takes about things that's going on in Jackson, um, where we can see um, what's going on in Jackson and how we could get stuff going, how we could get stuff done in Jackson without this internal beef from the state legislator and the the governor of the state, Tater Tot Reeves. Daryl, what's going on, Daryl? What's going on? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining. As always, make sure that y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you get to the point where you become an exclusive member. $4.99 a month. $4.99 a month. So I'll be getting some more stuff coming in as far as doing that. We just doing a trial run, and for right now, it's good. It's a good run right now. Just trying to get more people come in. Also, if you still if you don't know, you'll know now. I am still doing um I am still raising funds for Bethune Cookman Athletics. Now, this is strongly going towards the football team. And as I saw earlier today while on Twitter, that a lot of the alums for Bethune and a lot of people are donating or giving up their wallets for Bethune Cookman football. They see what's going on out there. They want these kids to succeed on the field and also off the field. So if you haven't done it by now, make sure that you for Bethune Cookman Athletics, we are trying to cash out. I'm trying to raise $2,000 with by the end of February. Um, we are at 400 right now, so I'm trying to raise $2,000 by the end of February. So, like I said, just put my thing is put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is. You love these HBCUs. You want to see Bethune Cookman become competitive. You want to see it just to be able to not just happen to share helmets and stuff like this. Trying to hear these horror stories ever again. Put your money where your mouth is. Cash App right there, as you see right there. Cash App handle Holiday 1925. All right. Um, before we get into it, HBCU bad talk. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Son of Boone, C1998. That's my guy right there. What's good, brother? As always, what's good? Miss Aquay. I see you up there, Miss Aquay. I see you up there. I see you up there. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Miss Aquay. So I'm giving everybody shout outs. Some people don't do that, but I'm gonna start doing shout outs to everybody. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he got the job. Yeah. Yeah. Austin. Yeah, my boy got that job, man. He gonna be on one. He already shoot. He if y'all thought what Bucky was doing at Jackson State was a good thing with just doing on his camera, on his phone, y'all gonna see what Austin gonna do with all the cameras, with every bit of technology technology that he has, him and his team. So shout out to my guy Austin for ASVP visuals, man. Him and Ken Clark with the 1400 Club, man. They've been doing big things right there. All right, we got the Bishop as always. Got the Bishop, Mr. Campbell up in the house. So uh we got oh yeah. Talk about that press conference too. I gotta look at the press conference for Raymond Woody. So yeah, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna look at that press conference. We'll talk about that tomorrow too. When I do the show tomorrow. So anybody want to join on here uh and put in your 2 cents as far as how we're gonna do with the schedule breakdown, you are more than welcome. You are more than welcome to join the stream as you get the link right there that's in the chat. All right. But first, man, I am going to give big shout out, big shout out to LeBron James Senior. LeBron James Senior. All right. Um, last night against the Oklahoma City Thunder, surpassed. You know what? The way he scored, he hit the basket, hit the bucket. He hit a fadeaway, one-legged fadeaway. Give my boy Dirk his credit for that one-legged fadeaway, y'all. but but yeah, I'm gonna tell you just like this. Um, LeBron is the all-time leading scorer for the NBA, surpassing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 38,388 points. Trying to figure out, I see what he figure out what he ended up with last night because I know they they were down by 7 when he scored. No, they was down by 5 when he scored the when he scored that basket. And then the next time I see, um, the Lakers were up afterwards. The Lakers were up in the fourth quarter. So y'all know how it is. Uh, any given night, any given night. If you ain't on one, um, if you're not on one, then you can get got. Even though they lost the game by 3, 133 to 130, no defense whatsoever. Um, LeBron, LeBron James scored 38, and it was pretty much almost an easy 38, 13 to 20, y'all. 4 or 6 from the three. Hey man, hey, he had a good game. He had a good game. Um, but I want to know: does this put LeBron in the still in the category of goat status? Goat status. And y'all know me. I'm gonna tell you just like this. I'm gonna tell you just like this. I was a fan of Jordan and the Bulls back in the '90s because they were they were the ones that were on TV. They were more like the Cowboys at the time. You know what I'm saying? Rock stars on TV. But I'm a Mavericks fan, so I had a chance. I mean, I'm a Mavericks fan, so I had to deal with the depression of going 13-69, 11-71. Those years, the three J's, Jimmy Jackson, Jason Kidd, Jamal Mashburn, and then we get that golden boy from Germany named Dirk Nowitzki. But I say this for for LeBron when he came in 2003, him to revolutionize playing positionless basketball. I would give him that. Uh, the fact that he went to 10 straight finals, y'all, 9 or 10 straight finals. I nobody can. I mean, other than Bill Russell, I don't think nobody could duplicate that. I don't think anybody could duplicate that. Mr. Clay, you said he the goat. He the goat. you know, but he will forever be up there. I would give you this. I would give you this about I would give you this about LeBron James. He is going to be up there. His name is going to be talked about in barbershops and in pool halls for a very long time. All right. Y'all, most of us grew up in the era of watching um Magic, Bird, Isaiah, Jordan, then transition to Shaq, Kobe, Tim Duncan. For me, Dirk Nowitzki. Um, and look, I know Jordan was an assassin, bro. I know Jordan was an assassin. I told you I watched Jordan one time. They came to Dallas. It was the one time they come to Dallas, and that was the only time that Reunion Arena at the time when we was in our doldrums was packed out, and I'm sitting in the nosebleed seats, y'all. And I didn't care where I was sitting at. I wanted to see. I saw greatness out there on the court. You know, I saw greatness out there on the court, and it was funny because that was the same year that Jim Jackson scored 50 on the Bulls. But Jordan is an assassin. I would give you that, right? I would give you that. Jordan is an assassin. Uh, to me, I'm gonna just say it like this: he's always going to be in the conversation, not even just about GOAT talk, but about being one of the greatest. Uh, we say Jordan is the greatest because he went 6 for 6 in the finals, never lost the finals. Uh, took 2 years off, go play baseball to find himself. Came back on the second three-peat. He's on the first, he three-peated twice. Um, but there's other people that's out there that are greats also. The late great Bill Russell, 11 championships in 13 seasons, and a couple of them as a player coach. That can't be duplicated right there. Okay. Um, Jerry West, the logo, to go to 9 finals and only win one. Do you put him at, as a great? Because he's the logo. I'm gonna just tell you like that. He the logo. Um, Magic and Bird, Magic and Larry Legend, Larry Legend and Magic Johnson. Look, revitalized basketball in the '80s because you had two coasts battling each other. East Coast was going to be Boston. West Coast, LA, the Lakers. You have the bad boy Detroit Pistons that pretty much played those Boston Celtic teams to the T. Couldn't get past it until 1988. They made it, but they lost in the finals. Um, y'all see what happened. They lost in the finals to the Lakers. Then in '89, they went back again to and basically wiped wiped the floor with the Lakers the second time. And then in '90 to go back to the finals and destroy Portland. Yeah. So um I mean, like I said, it's always gonna be differences when it comes to people talking about greatest of all time. That's all I got to say about that. But like I said, I'm gonna give my guy LeBron James his flowers because in his 20th season of playing basketball, he surpasses Cap, aka Kareem, as an all-time score leader in the NBA. Uh, Other news tonight, y'all. I'm just bringing out some news tonight. Look, Kyrie Irving makes his debut with the Mavericks tonight versus the Pistons. How do I feel about Kyrie being here in Dallas? I have mixed feelings. I have very mixed feelings. Only because I want to make sure we want to make sure that Kyrie actually plays in the games. He doesn't do the same foolishness that he did in Boston. Not in Boston, but in Brooklyn. Um, can he share the ball with Luca? Can Luca share the ball with him? So I have my mixed feelings, but it does energize. It does energize the fan base for the Mavericks, even though we was already on one because we went to the Western Conference Finals when we weren't supposed to go there in the first place. Um, but Kyrie will be starting. He will be the point guard tonight. Uh, and on Friday, I think Lucas should be back from his injury, and you will see both of them on the floor together on Friday night against Sacramento. So yeah, I want to see how this dynamic is going to work. People are gonna, people been saying, well, it was a bad trade. Um, who else was going to get him? Who else was going to get him? I mean, do you want to? I mean, he could say he want to go to the Lakers and play with LeBron, but we we all saw what happened when he played with LeBron. When he played with LeBron, it he did not. I don't know. I guess he wanted to be the star, but now when you get older, it's time for you just to be quiet and just. I mean, I ain't say shut up and dribble, but just play basketball. That's it. That's it. And that's all. You already had a lot of stuff going on, controversy going on with you earlier this season, but it's just, chill. Let's play basketball. That's it. Hold on, Mr. Campbell. Shot fired. Shot fired. Hey man. Hey man. Hey man. Well, I'm gonna say it just like this. When it came to Jordan, Jordan spent almost a year and a half to go play baseball. Um, hey, he achieved one of his childhood goals, and then you also got to remember he came back. He wasn't out of shape, but um, Chicago wasn't gonna make it at the time. But I would have loved. I'm gonna tell you just like this, SB. I would have loved to see the Bulls play the Rockets in those two finals. If he would, if Jordan would have came back, would have stayed, I would have loved to see the Bulls and the Rockets play in those two finals. That's what I would have loved to see right there. I would have loved to see that. That would have been that would have been that would have been a match made in heaven right there. Um, yeah, Lakers. Yeah, I'll just give you that, Mr. Campbell. Lakers can't afford Kyrie now. They can't. They can't. And if you had to afford, like the only way you could got the Lakers would have got Kyrie, you had to offload Russell Westbrook to Brooklyn, and then you had to add a third team in the play. But KD don't want to play with Russ no more. It, point blank, KD don't want to. He don't want to play with Russ. They did that for a minute. He felt like it didn't work out. But there was a lot of factors at that time when they played together in OKC. That wasn't gonna happen. That wasn't gonna happen. Uh, that wasn't gonna happen. Now, let's see what we got. Yeah, and it was a good trade for the Nets. It was a good trade. Like you get back Dinwiddie, you get a defender in Dorian Finney-Smith, and I think you get some draft picks out of the whole thing too. So it wasn't a bad trade for us. The only thing people would say is, well, he's only going to be a rental. He's only going to be a half a year rental. But if you know Dallas Mavericks basketball from the year 2000 all the way up to now, y'all know how Mark Cuban operates. Mark Cuban is the type of person like he doesn't care. He's going to court this guy. He's going to make sure that Kyrie is going to be in the best hands while he's with the Mavericks. And he's going to try to resign Kyrie. He's going to try to resign Kyrie. I don't care what anybody say. You can say it's doomed to fail, but he's going to try to re-sign Kyrie because to have Kyrie and Luca on the same squad, oh my god, y'all just don't know. I'm just saying, y'all just don't know. Oh, now, yep, Fred, what's going on, Mr. Allen? What's going on, Mr. Allen? How you doing? I was going to say this. I was going to say that you just took the words out of my mouth. The Lakers in a three-team trade get D'Angelo Russell back. Uh, the Lakers in a three-team trade get D'Angelo Russell back. uh, Trade deadline is tomorrow. It is tomorrow. So just looking at this, and I'm reading off of my ESPN app. Oh snap! That's my guy, Brian.
How
What's
you doing,
good,
buddy? How are you?
man? It's a long time, man. My
Yeah,
wife
between work
got
and stuff, and just my hours have changed, and I've been following. I've been following you, man. You're growing, man. You are growing like a good weed, not a bad weed, like a good weed. So proud of you, my man. I'm so proud of you.
man.
You know,
So yeah, we talking about this trade right here. D'Angelo Russell's gone back to the Lakers in a three-team trade.
I
So the
wonder if
Lakers had
hey, I wonder if Sneaky Pete's coming out.
man.
But yeah,
Uh
but how come? Let me ask you a question, my brother.
yeah.
How come Adam Silver saying he tries to do everything in his power to make sure LeBron's in a great position? Where can you trade Russell Westbrook and get Malik Beasley, you get D'Angelo Russell, and you get the other guy from Utah? You know what I mean?
Eric Vanderbilt.
Yeah, it's something crazy, man. I hear you were talking about, just reiterate as far as LeBron's a great player. You know what I mean? I think LeBron is a great player. But as far as, but if we literally look at it, man, I'm a guy like, I like numbers. I really like numbers. But I think the point, Surpassing Kareem was phenomenal,
Yeah,
but we got to put things in perspective. Kareem played an era where there was no 3-point shooting. I think he had one. He had one in his whole career. He had the most unbelievable, unguardable shot was the sky
pretty much
hook. You know what I mean?
skyhook.
Uh, LeBron, you know what I mean? I don't take anything away from LeBron as far as a player on and off the court. Phenomenal human being, a phenomenal philanthropist, great family. You never hear anything, off the court as far as public scrutiny or anything like that. As far as like class A, class A. But when they talk about the golden, you know what? And it's kind of unfair to even mention GOAT errors because, one thing I always liked what Michael Jordan said when they asked him if he was the GOAT, he said, "How could you call me the GOAT where I never played against Jerry West? I never played against the so called great players of the era previous to him." And that's what
Right.
and obviously I'm old enough to see Michael play. And, now if, put it this way, if Michael was a better offensive player than LeBron, and a better defensive player than LeBron, wouldn't that make him a better all around player?
Pretty much. That would make
So
him a
that's
better
when
all
they
around
say
player.
when I hear the people say LeBron's a better all around player, I'm saying how's that possible?
That is true.
You
It's
you
true.
can't sometimes we do say two things could possibly be right, but how could you have a guy that was a 10-time scoring champion, you know what I mean? So and also defensive player of the year, 9-time on the first defensive player of the year. You know what? And you watch a lot of hoop, and you're very knowledgeable in sports, obviously.
Hmm.
When have you seen LeBron lock down a player?
I have never seen LeBron lock down a player. I've seen him in spurts, try to lock down somebody. Uh, if it's a mismatch, I've seen him do it. Le- MJ, when it comes down to MJ, I'm gonna tell you like this: with MJ basically he stuck to his man. I mean, if it was you playing man to man, he stuck to him when they did switches. Um, when they did switches, luckily, if they were switching off a pick and roll off screens, you had Scotty on the side that was right next to you at that time to basically to be able to hold his guy, and then they will switch back again off of another pick or off of another screen, and Jordan goes right back to the same guy. You don't see that now. You know what I'm
No,
saying? You don't see
and
that all the time.
no, you don't see that at all. That's where I'm saying that it's just like we're talking. We go football. You have Jim Brown, you know what I mean, and certain areas arguably the best running back of all time. But they played 12 games. Then Walter Payton came along, broke his record. You know what I mean? Played 14 games. Then they had Emmett Smith broke his record to play 16 games. Now they have 18 games. So somebody has the opportunity to break that record, and it's phenomenal uh, as speaking points, but we're not looking at it in totality, in my opinion, because what you do in 18 games, it ain't the same as somebody did in 14 games.
That is
You know what I mean?
correct.
It's like Michael average, I think it was three shots, three pointer shots a game, where LeBron was 5 up to 8. So the
Yep,
thing is, and Michael's era had hand checking, and Michael's era, uh, you know what I mean? You couldn't come down the lane as easy as they do now. Now, if you go by somebody to call you sneeze, they call a foul.
that's correct.
So like they just put everything in perspective. Yeah, it was a great thing, great for television, as him breaking the record and everything like that. But I'm not that I want to put an asterisk beside it because he did accomplish something. I think LeBron probably has maybe the greatest career as far as longevity and dominance in his era,
Yeah,
without a doubt. But if you look at the first 5, maybe the 5 to 10 years, was he more dominant than Kobe? I don't think so. So
nah, I
there's
would say
there's different
I,
there's
I, would- I
different
wouldn't
things
say
that we could go ahead.
no, no. You go ahead. I was just saying I wouldn't say like he wasn't more dominant than Kobe. Kobe emulated LeBron.
Michael, you
Kobe,
mean?
not LeBron emulated Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
Le, LeBron was just the type of player that when you play in a video game, like you would create that person just like that. Oh,
exactly.
another person
That's what I
Mr.
totally
Ford.
agree. I totally agree with that.
How you doing,
And
Mr.
the
Ford?
thing, hey,
Hey,
Mr.
how's it
Ford.
going?
Good,
Hey,
Mr.
Good.
Ford. How are you, sir?
all right.
No, and I just and you look at it, um, they say, well, Michael didn't play against good teams. You know what I mean? Beat good teams. Now that Phoenix team that he beat was tremendous. That Seattle team that they beat was tremendous. That Laker team, okay, Magic was on his decline, so we'll maybe give him that one. But Utah was phenomenal. The Suns
Yeah,
were phenomenal. All the teams were over 60 win teams. LeBron has had more players that were in the top 75 on his team than Michael ever had. Michael had Scotty, and okay, later on the second round, he had Dennis Rodman, but Scotty grew into an all star. LeBron, if you look at it, his championships, if Ray Allen doesn't hit that shot in Miami, he might have won one out of four in Miami. If
true.
the league doesn't give Cleveland a package, a care package against Golden State by suspending Draymond, they might have lost that. They probably would have lost that series. And if we go to the bubble, if we talk about the bubble championship, Jimmy Butler, you had Hero coming off the bench was a rookie. You had what's the guy's name? Not Grudge, the European guy there,
Goran Dragic.
Dragic, Dragic, yes,
Dragic.
he was
Uh-huh.
injured. He was
Yeah,
injured. You know what I mean? So them beating Miami wasn't like, wow, you know what I mean? It's not really that they beat a great team. Yes, they win a championship, and that's what the league presents itself as far as winning a championship. But if you look at the totality, when you go 6-0, and let's be, but it's funny how LeBron fans will say, well, it's not about championships. But then in the other breath, they'll say, well, he went to 10 finals. Well, let's look
that's
at that.
true.
When he went to finals in the East in Cleveland, not the first one he went to when he brought a team by himself. I'll give him 100% credit. But after the East was like in football when the least of the East when the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Philly and Washington when that was a terrible conference. You know what I mean? Beating DeRozan and Lowry, that was you know what I mean. It wasn't hard to go to the finals in the East when you had Kevin Lowe and you had Kyrie Irving. That wasn't hard getting to the finals.
That's true. That's
So
true.
sometimes they got to put the brakes on and understand it's for clickbait. And you got guys like Nick Wright and Shannon Sharp. You know what I mean? LeBronites. But you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm a Jordan fan, but I'm also a LeBron fan too, as far as his accomplishments. But you got to, if you're going to say the story, tell the whole story.
That's
Don't parse the story and make it like, oh, this is only this or this only that. That's what that's what I'm saying.
I feel you on that. What you think about Mr. Ford when they
Uh,
talking about the GOAT debate? Talk about
listen,
LeBron versus Jordan.
I'm totally biased. I'm still mad with Michael Jordan because he put my Hoyas out in '82. I'm still mad about that.
What you should be mad at John Thompson.
No, I love, but listen, that was my man, boy. Listen, I
Yeah.
was a Hoya fan. I was talking to some people today. Patrick got to go. Hopefully, Patrick is out. I want Johnny Dawkins to take that program at Georgetown. But I mean, it's. Listen, I'm biased. I'm gonna just say it like this. I've been watching basketball since the '60s, NBA basketball, when it was the centers. Now, I didn't really see Bill Russell. I heard about him, but I saw Wilt Chamberlain. I saw Willis Reed, Nate Thurman, that crew. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I've never seen nothing like LeBron. 6'9", 260 pounds, can play every position on the floor. He broke that record last night for the scoring record. But now y'all got to keep in mind this guy's also number 3 or number 4 for the assists. But I ain't taking nothing from
Yeah.
Jordan. Like I said, now I'm biased when it comes to Jordan because He beat my Hoyas in '82, and I ain't got over it yet. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm still.
I was rooting for Georgetown back in the day too. But if you look
Listen,
at something too, Mr. Ford, is
uh,
this is one thing that I gotta say. The one year that Michael, it's only a short sample size that they had Michael playing point guard, he had 11 assists, 6 rebounds. No, I think it was maybe even higher, 8 rebounds, and I can't remember the point total, but it's almost like he had a triple double.
At
So you know
9
what?
points,
Uh,
11 rebounds, 9
yeah,
assists.
well, now the thing you got to keep in mind. See what the Bulls did during that run when they won the 6th championship. They redefined basketball, just like the Golden State Warriors redefined basketball. And what they proved was you could win in the NBA without a dominant center. Because remember, they had, was it Lex Luger? What was that guy's name?
Winnington. They had Winnington.
When
They
somebody
had
from
what's the name?
Australia?
The guy from
Oh,
Australia,
long,
Luke Longley.
long,
Luke Longley.
Luke Longley, yeah. Because see,
Yeah,
they ran that guy's name was Tex Winter. He
yeah.
brought that what was that offense called? The
Tri-
triangle.
triangle.
triangle. He brought that triangle. And see, to me, what when they were really tough was when they brought Ron Harper from the Clippers, I think, because Ron Harper started out with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then they
Yeah,
traded him to the Clippers, and then the Bulls brought him to Chicago, and then they brought Dennis Rodman from, was it San Antonio or was it
San
Houston? Well,
Antonio.
San
San
Antonio.
Antonio.
San Antonio, yeah. Those teams to me, they redefined the game because they proved that you could win in the NBA without a dominant center. Now, Golden State changes it some years later with all that darn on 3-point shooting and people, everybody camping out around that 3-point line. That changed basketball too. But that Jordan era did, it kind of reshaped the NBA. And
Well,
like
if
I
you really,
say, um,
no, I was saying if you really think about it, this. So so let me. I always say this to people. People always say, "Well, Jordan had an All-Star team." No, he didn't.
No, he
Look
didn't.
at the team that he had the first 3-peat, y'all.
oh, it was terrible.
He
He
had
had Brad
he,
Sellers. He had
he had Sellers,
Craig
he had
Hodges.
Greg
Who else was
Hodges,
some?
he had Scotty, he had Horace
Yeah,
Grant,
but
he had
what's the name? Wouldn't
DJ
develop
Armstrong,
Scotty. What's that guy's name? Steve. What was the coach's
he,
name? Who played for the Sixers. Was it
uh,
Steve? Was it Doug
No, no.
Collins?
it
Doug
was Doug
Doug
Collins.
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 He
Doug
wanted
Collins.
Jordan to shoot every ball. That's why Jordan got him fired. Because Jordan had enough
Well,
sense to know that you can't win like that. He couldn't hit 63 points every night. That's why he
yeah,
went to
that
the
too.
people and told him to get rid of Doug.
That and the fact that he was getting beat up by Detroit the whole time.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
but his teams, his first 3-peat team, it was Scottie Pippen on the side of him, B.J. Armstrong. You
Right, BJ.
had
Yeah,
you had Craig Hodges. You had Stacey
Bill
yeah.
King.
Cartwright. Bill Cartwright.
You had Bill
You know,
Cartwright.
wasn't Iceman on the bench? Iceman Gervin?
Nah,
I could have. I,
Iceman was already gone.
no, but
I
I
thought
think
he
he was on
played
the
for
bench though.
Jordan. Yeah, he was on because Stan Auerbach had the team, didn't it?
No, no, no.
No,
Not when. That was even
no,
before it though.
that was
Oh, that
before
was
that.
before. Okay, okay.
No. We just talk about from 91 to 93
Oh, those are
before
glory
Jordan.
years. I'm talking about when he first came in the league. Because he came in the
Oh,
league in '84, didn't he? '85.
84.
83, 84.
Because
84?
he had
Yeah.
Orlando Woolridge was on the team, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Orlando
that was the
Woolridge.
cocaine team.
Yeah, that's right. That
Yeah.
was the cocaine team. That's right. That's right.
Uh,
Yeah.
and then let's take it. Let's fast forward to when he came back from his baseball stint, y'all.
No,
So
but go back, Doc. Go back like you said before. That first repeat, he didn't have no all
oh,
stars
okay.
on that team.
Oh, he ain't had no all stars other than Pitt. That was it. That was it.
Yeah,
That's all he had.
yeah.
He was his other all star. Then you turn around his second 3-peat, and I always tell this to the younger people. He didn't have an all star team. He had it was still Pip. Pip was
Yeah.
out. Look, Pippen was scoring 25, 26 points a game when Jordan was gone for that year and a half. He took Chicago by himself to at least the second round of the playoffs. And
Well, they lost the conference finals.
Lost the conference finals.
And the upper management didn't respect Pippins. There was some things going on between him and Jerry Krause and other thing. They really didn't like Pippen. I mean,
And then,
like you said, he led them after Jordan was gone, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah,
right. So then Jordan comes. So then Jordan comes back, y'all.
But yeah,
Jordan comes back, and Jordan comes back. He still got Pip. Pip, Pip. Jordan and Pippen is going to be like this, regardless. They're going to be stuck at the hip,
yeah,
regardless.
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin, and
Yeah.
then you go out, like you said, you get a Ron Harper from the Clippers, who
Yeah.
adds on to the defense. He don't have to worry about scoring because Ron Harper, when he was with the Clippers, he was with the Cavaliers. He was known as a scorer. He was a big,
Right.
he was
That's
big
right.
scoring guard.
Miami of Ohio, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ohio. Yeah, he
And
was
he
big
used to give
scoring
and he used to give Michael a hard time too on defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
he was playing with, remember, Ron Harper played with Cleveland when Cleveland had Mark Price and Brad Daugherty.
And Brad Daugherty, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
you
Elo.
got
Yeah, they
and
traded
Craig
Elo
Elo.
for they sent Elo to Cleveland
Utah.
from the Clippers, wasn't it? They traded Elo for Ron Harper.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that's right. Because eventually Elo comes to Atlanta. He plays down here. Wherever Lenny Wilkins goes, he used to always take Elo with him.
Yeah. So then you got Ron Harper, who can shoot the mid-range shot like it's no other. Hot Rod Williams, Mr. Emmett. Yeah, he had Hot
Rod was Tulane. He was Tulane, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Was on that squad too. So I'm looking at. So you got Mark Price that can split a pick and roll like it's no other. That was his specialty right there, to split the pick and roll
and shoot that jumper.
And shoot the jumper, and
he
Georgia
Tech. Yeah,
so
came
Georgia
from Oklahoma.
So then you blew that, and you take Ron Harper, and you tell Ron Harper, you could give us about 12 to 15 points a game, but you ain't got to score 25 points. We just need 12, 15 points, but we need your defense. And also, Ron Harper can play with the ball in his hand, too.
Yeah.
He could. So that's something that you never seen, where Ron Harper was your point guard, and then you could switch off and have Scottie Pippen as your point guard, too. And Scottie could play the 2, or Jordan could play the 2, Scottie play the 3.
Jordan could play 3 positions. Scottie could play 4. Jordan could play point 2 and 3. Scottie could play 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
That 140 ran.
And then Ron Harper could play 3 positions too.
Yeah, Ron could play 3. Listen, is Ron Harper in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Nope.
He should be. He could do it.
Then
is Pippen in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Pippen there.
Okay. Pippen there, okay.
So then you turn around, you go get Dennis Rodman from the San Antonio Spurs. He didn't get traded. He just came in free agency.
Right.
You got Tony Kukoc on the squad.
Yeah, remember Tony.
Who comes out the bench. You pretty much, Luke Longley is your starting center. So you pretty much have, that's what you call they say your all-star team, but it's not an all-star team. It was just the way that it was ran. It was ran to the fact where when they won 72 games in 96, like they was trying to dust people. They was trying to dust people off the floor.
Yeah, all them guys had high basketball IQs, man. Them guys didn't make no mistakes. So you talking about Ron Harper, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, all them guys, that's high IQ, basketball IQ. That's the problem today. A lot of these kids come into the game, not only they don't play like stars, they don't know the game. Many of them, they're not fundamentally sound at all because they only do 1 year college.
There you go. That's right. That's 100%. That's why you see guys like Luka and the Greek Freak and Nurkic and the guy in Denver there, the MVP there.
Oh, the Joker.
The Joker, yes.
Yeah.
What they both say, it's easier to score in the NBA than it was in Europe.
Yeah.
Because in Europe, they're fundamentally, those kids are fundamentally sound when they're playing.
Yeah.
And you had, Luka played pro ball since 14?
14, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the thing with Michael. Michael was fundamentally sound.
No,
Well,
I
see
mean,
what
Michael.
damage American basketball is this whole AAU thing. You go and play
Yeah,
a million games, but nobody's teaching nothing. No,
nothing.
no fundamentals. It's all about recruiting now. No fundamentals, no teaching going on, but you play a million games.
Yeah, but a lot of people was talking about that. Even Kevin Garnett said he didn't know nothing about when he was on a couple podcasts. He said he didn't know nothing about AAU basketball. He just go out there to go hoop.
Yeah,
It's something that
yeah,
we miss right there. He like when he came, when Garnett came out, like he definitely had to actually develop. Like he developed his jump shot. He developed the tenacity that he got. He
yeah.
developed everything with it over the years. But I like I said, congratulations to LeBron for becoming the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, surpassing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
Also, Kyrie is making his Mavs debut tonight against the Clippers.
Oh, mm.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say too. Even though I'm not like a big Kyrie fan per se, but I respect his talent. But we also gotta, in my opinion, here, we gotta watch out to let the media place a narrative on Kyrie. Yes, he didn't take the vaccine. Now hindsight saying he wasn't wrong.
It was his choice.
Yeah.
It's his choice. And in the New York State, my son lives up in New York State. He didn't take the vaccine either, but they're paying back workers that didn't take the vaccine, and they're giving them back pay.
Well, you know
That
why
was
they changed it in New York, right? You know why they wouldn't force them to take it in New York? Because
Why
none of
is
the
that?
Yankees players would take it. That's what that was about. That wasn't even about Kyrie. Now it was about them Yankee players. Them Yankee players told them they wasn't taking it.
yeah.
Mm.
And the thing is also like when he had, Kyrie has done some things that are self-inflicted, 100%. You know what I mean? I'm not going to argue or debate that point. But I think also what has happened is that they try to castigate him when he put up on his thing for the Hebrews and Negroes and Hebrews when he put on his Instagram. He just put that up. You never heard anything about Jeff Bezos. You know what I mean? Still playing the video on Amazon. You didn't hear nothing about Shaq
Yeah,
as
but
playing in
yeah,
his
yeah,
theaters.
yeah.
And then you know what I mean? And the owner of the Nets
Oh, he
supported
was wrong.
the Chinese Republic and army in China, what they're doing to some of the dissidents in China.
Yeah, he was
Listen,
wrong.
the
Genocide.
book we
But they don't say
the
nothing
book we
about that. So,
yeah, the book
but
that
hold on,
we
Mr.
have to
Ford, one
read.
sec.
Okay,
But Mr.
okay.
Ford, just one sec. But the thing that I want to say, you got guys like Stephen A. constantly hammering at
Oh,
Kyrie. You know what I mean? Constantly hammering at this young man. And the thing, yeah, they can talk about his basketball, this and that. Then all of a sudden they want to hammer and call him idiotic, call him this, calling him that. You know what I mean? Enough's enough. You know what I mean? You know what? When somebody has an opinion, whether you agree with them or not, it's their opinion. If they choose not to do something, it's their choice.
that is
Go
true.
ahead, Mr. Ford. Sorry.
Well, yeah, what I was gonna say about Stephen A. I done told y'all 100 times. Out of 10 things, he gonna say 2 things right. But you got to understand, Stephen A. is trying to keep his job. That's why he says the stuff about he's ignorant and he's this and he's an idiot. But I was gonna tell you, the book you want to go back and read is a book that was written by Arthur Ashe called Blood and Glory. And basically, he tells you that any black athlete that has used his head and would speak truth to power, they were castigated. As far back as Jack Johnson,
Yeah.
what the stuff Jack Johnson had to go through. We ain't going to talk about the stuff Jackie Robinson had to go through. We're not going to talk about what Muhammad Ali had to. Even the one you saw last night, what Kareem Jabbar had to go through.
Mm.
Okay,
Yes.
what Spencer Haywood had to go through. Any
Colin
black
Kaepernick.
athlete that's Kaepernick, yeah, that's right. Any black athlete that uses his head and is not just happy to be there and gonna speak truth to power, they got something for him. And like you
Just
said,
like
Kyrie is he's just the latest, but they've always had a problem with black athletes speaking out. Okay,
and just like
probably
the guy that
the
played with
greatest one was Paul Robeson. If you ever
Yeah,
get a chance, read his
yeah.
book, Here I Stand. Paul Robeson's one of the greatest athletes, I think, in the history of, was it Rutgers or was it Princeton? I think it was Rutgers, right?
I had to look it up.
Yeah, I think he was a football player at Rutgers.
Okay.
What about Rauf, the basketball player that played with Shaq? You know what I mean? He didn't stand up
Oh,
and
Brothers and Rose.
they based.
Yeah, they got a knockout on that on
Yeah,
Showtime.
yeah,
Who is that
Uh,
one now? Who was that?
Chris Jackson,
yeah.
Oh yeah,
previous
they ruined.
FSU.
Listen. Chris Jackson built a fabulous crib, a house down there in Gulfport, Mississippi. And them people burned it down. He's up here. I think he's in the Atlanta area. He had a fabulous home. They ruined his career.
He was Steph Curry before Steph Curry.
Yeah, that's right. You should hear Shaq talk about it. He played for Dale Brown. They brought all them
That's right.
guys in. It was Shaq, was another big old guy named Stanley Roberts. I don't know if y'all remember. Stanley was from South
I
Carolina.
remember saying, oh yeah, Mr. Ford.
Uh,
He's got it for
Rutgers.
you. Paul Robeson from Rutgers.
yeah, he's from Rock. Yeah, that's right. You know, he was a lawyer. He was like the third or fourth biggest entertainer in the United States during the 30s, during the late 30s. I mean, during the 30s. And then they blackballed him because he began to speak out against lynchings and the oppression of poor and oppressed people in America. He went from making, I think, $100,000 to making like $6,000 or $7,000. They killed him economically.
Yeah.
But
So
he had a heavy story.
oh no, I'm just saying we're about to jump on into what we're going on in today right here. It
Uh-huh.
is we're doing Prairie View's football breakdown, y'all. That's what we're doing. So we're doing the football schedule breakdown. As y'all see, I'm about to full screen it for you. All right. So Prairie View put their schedule out. Also last week when they brought out the recruits for the 2023 signing class, which was absolutely great. I'm gonna just say it
Yeah.
just like
Yes, it was.
it was a good. Hey Brian, if you haven't seen it, you need to check out these recruiting classes that in the SWAC. Prairie View got some dogs on their team, and Bubba McDowell ain't said nothing but a word.
Did
So
they get more guys from the Houston area?
they got a
They
couple.
got
They got some guys. Go ahead, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, and they got some kids from that Trinity Valley. I think are supposed to be really good. That junior college down in Texas, Trinity Valley.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Valley.
They
Yeah,
they got
that's
some interior linemen down there. I think they're gonna make a difference. But I'm like you, man. The last 2 days I've been looking over the roster for Prairie View, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Prairie View's got to win 9 or 10 games this year. With what they got,
yeah.
they got to win 9 or 10 games.
So you see it on the screen. So everybody that sees on the screen, y'all. Everybody sees on the screen. This is Prairie View's 2023 football schedule right here. So the first game of the season is the Labor Day Classic. As always, this with Texas Southern, those Third Ward Tigers going to be down there in Houston this year. So
Right.
it's going to be at. So it's going to be at the. They renamed it Shell Energy Stadium. So they got corporate sponsors for that.
But Doc, you know
But
this game should be at NRG, right?
it should be. It should
It should
be.
be at
It
NRG. Yeah.
should be.
Not that soccer field. It should be an NRG. If not NRG, I would recommend the University of Houston Stadium.
I would. You know what? Even if it's not even over there, I would recommend Rice Stadium if Rice
Yeah,
gonna have a home
right. Yeah,
at
yeah.
that
That
game.
would be
Okay?
because I think it's bigger than that soccer field.
So we got Texas Southern. Haven't watched. I got to look at their signees for Texas Southern. Texas TSU is returning their starting quarterback Andrew Body, but like you said, Mr. Ford, on Monday, Andrew gonna have some competition because of the kid from Furman,
Oh yeah,
Jace.
yeah, yeah,
He can spin it, he can run it.
yeah.
But like I said, Texas Southern, this is Clarence McKinney's last season if he don't get that team over the hump. Now, Prairie View did win the game last season against Texas Southern, 43 to I think it was 43-23, and they was in a 2-hour rain delay. I was
Yeah.
supposed to go to the game, but I decided not to. Then somebody called me. Somebody called and said that the weather was real bad down there, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do. We gonna talk about this on that
Blue
Saturday.
Blue must have been at the game. It rained.
Nah, Blue wasn't even at that game. Blue was
Yeah, yeah.
I think Blue was
You know,
at
Blue
somebody.
always goes to game with always torrential rains and stuff with hurricanes and
Hey, but um, so like we said, Prairie View returns the Prairie View pretty much almost returns everybody. They really think.
they were
Hold
a
on, let
young
me see.
team last year too.
They was a young team, but they've returned almost everybody. Uh, and it starts with the signal caller, Trazon Conley, who's more of an athlete than a quarterback. But like you said, Mr. Ford,
Uh,
you hope that he becomes more of a QB that he can be able to throw the ball because he has weapons. He has weapons with
yeah,
him now.
he got them wide receivers. They coming, baby. Because
Yeah,
I
he got
thought the
some
wide receiver core for Prairie View was real weak last year.
right. So they had to depend. Remember, they depended more on the run than with the pass. It was different when you had Juwan Pass on the team, where you could just throw the ball all over the field. Um, it was different when you even had. We can go back to when they had Jalen Morton as a
Right.
quarterback for Prairie View, and that he wanted to throw the ball all over the field too. But um, the way this team is set up now is they want to be dynamic, but they also want to be um what's the word? They want they want balance. I put it
Yeah.
just like that. Because if they can run for 250 and throw for 250, that is a great day for Prairie View football.
And that's what they want. That's what they want.
That's what
That's
they
what they
want. That's
want. They want to be dumped.
what
They want to run the ball first and then throw it.
They want to
Bubba
run the ball to
McDowell,
open up the pass.
Yeah.
yeah, Bubba
Yeah.
McDowell is old school. When
Yeah.
I
That's
say
right.
old school,
Yeah.
yeah, he is
Yeah.
old school because he's coming from the NFL. He has an NFL stock, but he's
Yeah.
more on defense because he's a decent player. Easily, this game can go easily one way or the other. Um, Now that Texas Southern has film on Conley and what they can actually do. Now, in this game last season, I think Prairie View ran for almost 300 yards against Texas Southern.
Yeah.
They really did throw the ball that much, but they ran the ball. They ran the ball for about 300 yards on them,
Right.
and it was more of that. You look like it was talking about a Veer type offense. I'm like, nah, this is just straight up RPO. Uh, give the QB the decision to either run the pass or even option it off. Prairie View, I think with this game, I think Prairie View wins this game again for I think they are on a 7-game winning streak against Texas Southern. I have to check my stats on that, but they will win this game. Um, it won't be handily, it won't be easy because I think Texas Southern is going to give them a game this year.
Yeah.
But Texas Southern last year they lost games that they should have won and they won games that they could have lost. You know,
Right.
and I think that being body's third year and like you said, the play call is very important. But they had some good outside receivers, and you know you always got to wait probably to spring to see what happens for more transfers maybe coming in. But the
That's
SWAC's going to be really exciting this year.
Yeah. I keep telling y'all that it's gonna be better than last year.
Yeah.
But now it's to be honest with, like I said, the last 2 days I've been studying Prairie View. It's time for Prairie View to take over that
West
West.
Division.
Yeah, it's time for them to take over. It's time for,
So
if not them, it's time for what's his name? Hugh Jackson. Somebody. It's time for somebody to be a dominant team in the West. Because there is
yeah.
not a dominant team in the West.
So we got next on the list. We got Abilene Christian. Now Abilene Christian they're in the ASUN WAC what they call the ASUN WAC challenge, but it's
Yeah.
basically whack all the way. They're coming to Panther Stadium down there at Prairie View on the hill. That's September the 9th. And more likely, this is going to be either afternoon or evening game right here. It's pretty much going to be an evening game because it's still going to be early September. It's still going to be hot here in
Now,
Texas.
Doc,
So.
do you remember Wilbert Montgomery? That's my Abilene Christian person. Wilbert played for Dick Vermeil up with the Philly Eagles back in
Yeah,
the
he was a
day.
bad man.
Yeah,
He
I
was
heard.
real.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was a yeah.
I have. Yeah, I heard about it.
because I kind of lost touch with what was going on at Abilene Christian, but I would never forget Wilbert Montgomery. He played for the quarterback was Ron Jaworski, Harold
Yeah.
Carmichael. Who was this was the Eagles in the 80s. That team went and played the Oakland Raiders in the Super Bowl and got blown out. That was Jim Plunkett. Remember Jim Plunkett?
Yeah.
Yeah, Marcus
Yeah.
Allen.
Yeah, was
Yeah,
Marcus wasn't there? Marcus was still at
No.
Southern Cal. It was a guy out of Texas Southern named
What
Kenny King. You remember Kenny King?
Oh, okay.
was it? Cliff
Kenny,
Branch still there?
yeah, Cliff was there. Cliff.
Yeah.
This was the '80s team with the Raiders. I want to say
Yeah.
Tom Flores was the coach at the time.
Todd Christensen was
Yeah,
the
Todd was
tight
tight
end.
end, BYU.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. But Marcus hadn't got there because Marcus was still at Southern Cal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because I think Marcus came out about 81 or 82.
Yeah.
Or
So
was
Mark
later? Was 81, 82?
81.
Yeah, because Marcus came out of high school in '78. Actually, people don't know this, but Marcus was a quarterback out there. He came from San Diego. He's from a school called Lincoln. That's his school. That's Reggie Bush's school, and it's a number of other people. And because see, let me tell you something. One of the biggest secrets is all them Heisman Trophy winners out of San Diego, California. Nobody talks about that. There's a lot of Heisman Trophy winners have come out of San Diego, and also that's the home of Bill Walton.
Yeah.
That's where he's from.
Williams.
Huh?
Ricky Williams.
Yeah, what about Reggie Bush? Reggie Bush is from San Diego. Rashad Salam is from San Diego. What's that
Alex
golfer's
Smith.
name? What's that?
Alex
That's
Smith?
right, Alex Smith. Yeah, Alex Smith is from San Diego. You remember the golfer that used to go against Tiger Woods? What was his name? Phil Mickelson. I think he's from San Diego.
I thought he was from Texas.
Phil is from Texas?
No, I don't think Phil Mickelson from Texas.
I think he's from San Diego. Look him up right quick, Doc. See what Phil from.
Let me see.
But they turn out some athletes in San Diego, California now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
Nice weather.
Yeah, you from San Diego?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I'm telling you, it's so many Heisman Trophy winners have come out of San Diego, California.
Yeah. So yeah, Prairie View. I mean, Abilene Christian. They come with a good football team. I want to say a great football team, but a good football team. Now I will say this: at FCS, they do have one of the to match up with Prairie View and Alabama State. They have one of the more better football stadiums in FCS also. But this game is going to be played in Prairie View. I don't know. I don't have the actual time where they play, but this game is being played in Prairie View this season.
Uh-huh.
Come in and see what scores were from. Let me pull it up. But
So, Doc, make sure we count it now, because I'm saying they should win 9 to 10 games this year.
10 games. Okay. So we got one. We got one game they'll win against Texas Southern, y'all.
Right.
So
That's right.
I say they'll beat Texas Southern.
Right.
When they played Abilene Christian last year, they were close. They lost the game 21-13, if I'm not mistaken. They were close in that game, so I'm gonna go to. They were close in that game last season, so it was a good game. It was a close game. 21-13. They played at Abilene Christian last year, so they will be in Prairie View this year. I have Prairie View winning this game right here, and it's going to be a close call. I would say, let's say 20. I'm gonna say 24-17.
Oh, you're
Okay.
calling scores this. You're good. Doc calling scores this early.
Hey, hey, Doc, Mr.
Yeah,
Campbell, you said that they went with Raymond. Was it Dave Casper? Was Dave Casper the other tight end for the Raiders? I see you said Raymond Chester. Raymond Chester's from Morgan State. Now, was
Yeah,
Dave Casper?
Casper. Yeah, I think Casper was the other tight end.
Yeah, he was from Notre
yeah,
Dame.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Is Raymond Chester in the Hall of Fame?
I don't think so.
He
He is.
should be, because he redefined that. You know, he was one of them big tight ends with that sprinter speed. He was like a 4.5 or 4.4 in the 40. Went to the
Because they
Raiders
didn't
and
put too they didn't put too many tight ends in there. You know what I mean? I could go back to uh what's his name? Not Buckus.
John Mackey.
Well, Mackey's in there, and then you had was the coach from Chicago.
Yeah, the guy from Chicago. He played with the Dallas Cowboys too. What's
Yeah,
his name?
Right.
Mike
Mike
Ditka.
Dicker. That's right, Mike
Yeah,
Dicker. Yeah,
Mike
he's in.
Ditka.
But
And then
listen, I'm
they
telling you now, Raymond Chester should be in that. And the other guy that they really messing over, and them people at Prairie View need to be raised hell about, is that Otis Taylor. Half of them people they got
ooh,
in the NFL Hall of Fame can't touch Otis Taylor. Them people at Prairie View need to raise hell about that now, because Otis Taylor should be in that Hall of Fame. There's no reason why he's not in there.
well,
So
you know what? The Hall of Fame, they changed the rules. They moved their goalposts. The biggest travesty that I've seen with the Hall of Fame over the last 10 years, I'll say, was T.O. You know,
Yeah, he's
not
in
being
there,
the
right?
first ballot. Yeah, he's
yeah,
in there,
he's in
but it
there,
was,
but he should have been
yeah,
the first
but
ballot.
not being the first ballot or second, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that guy was unreal. Listen, man, that guy put on one of the greatest Super Bowl performances I've ever seen. Remember that
On
year
Yeah.
they
one
played
foot.
in the Super Bowl?
On
Huh?
one foot. On
Yeah,
one
Yeah.
foot.
that guy put on a performance out this world, man.
So we got the third game of the season. So now last season they played in the third game, they played against Incarnate Word against Lindsey Scott and that whole team. They fared better in that game. That was a 31-14 loss for them. But this year they are coming to Dallas to play the SMU Mustangs
Ooh, that's
over,
a beatdown.
over
That's a
at Gerald
beatdown.
J. Ford Stadium. Now I don't know how SMU gonna do because I got to figure
That's a
out who the
beatdown, Doc. That's an ass show. That's who's that? Rhett Lashley? What's that guy's name?
Rhett Lashley is I think Rhett Lashley is over at Miami now.
Okay, who's the head coach at SMU?
Let me see.
I thought it was Rhett Lashley.
No, you're right. It is Rhett Lashley. I thought he was
Yeah,
over
that's gonna be they. No,
Miami.
no. They can collect their money, but they're gonna get a beat down by they're gonna get a beat down. That's a beat down. Just hopefully nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, that's the only thing. So it's the money game right there.
Yeah,
But
yeah, collect your
it
money.
was they say it's the money game. But I don't even
Yeah.
think it on a real preview don't need that type of money
I don't
from
think they do either.
you get money from the simple fact now you got money from the simple fact that I mean of course you in the Texas A&M system, but
Right.
and you also get money because you're in the Constitution of the of the state of Texas. So
Yeah.
we don't know now. This okay, I ain't gonna say it's a blowout. Let's say they get beat by 21. Okay.
It's gonna be a blowout, Doc. That's a blowout.
Um.
That's a blowout.
So this game, we got them losing this game right here.
Yeah, yeah, they
So
lose
that
that.
makes them 2-1 right here.
Okay.
Fourth game of the season, they play Alcorn. They are down.
That's where?
They are at
In
Alcorn
Mississippi.
in
Listen,
Mississippi. Down at
that's gonna be a clash. That's gonna
reservation.
be a big time. Listen, that right there might determine the West. Them two right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, last season they lost to Alcorn 23-16, where it easily should have been. It could have been. This game could have been more of a blowout for Prairie View if they would have stuck to their guns. It was some missed passes. Oh, it was some wide open missed passes on for this game right here. Y'all just don't know. I damn near cursed out the screen and try to throw something at my TV screen.
Hey, let me answer Mr. Campbell right here. Mr. Campbell says the Kansas City Chiefs would build off the HBCU talent during the early Super Bowl run. Remember this: the wide receivers was Otis Taylor, Prairie View. One wide receiver was named Frank Pitts, Southern University. Running back was named Tank Holmes, Southern University. They had one DB was named Jimmy Marsalis, Tennessee State. He brought what they called the bump and run. They had a guy named Jim Kearney, Prairie View, was a quarterback at Prairie View, came to Kansas City as a defensive back. They had one of the greatest of all time, Emmett Thomas, was at a corner. They had a tight end that was almost 7 feet tall. His name was Morris Stroud. I think he came out of Clark College. They had a guy named Gloucester Richardson. He was a backup wide receiver. He was from Jackson State. They had all kind of Buck Buchanan, defensive tackle, Grambling State University. Ernie Ladd, defensive tackle, Grambling State University. Who am I missing?
We got dang, ooh. Yeah, you named the whole team. That was
Yeah, that's what they were built off. Like Mr. Campbell said, the early Kansas City Chiefs actually came out of Dallas. They were called the Dallas Texans.
Yeah.
Willie Lanier.
Willie Lanier, Morgan State. He beat up FAMU one year in the Orange Blossom Classic. They went down to Miami and clowned on FAMU. That coach was named Earl Banks. Earl was out of Chicago. He did his undergraduate and played football at Iowa, I think it was. His name was Earl Banks. Look, you can look him up, Earl Banks. Earl used to clash with Eddie Robinson at Yankee Stadium every year. That was called the Whitney Young Classic. That's the first black college football game that I saw on TV.
Wow.
So we got, Alcorn. So I say this: if they go on the road, and if Prairie View beats Alcorn on the road in the reservation, the only other hurdle that Prairie View has in the West is Southern. I don't see them losing to the next team on the list. So we got 3-1 for Prairie View right here. All right. So next on the list, State Fair Classic, Grambling State Tigers. This is Hugh's second season in the SWAC.
That's gonna be a clash. That should be a clash. Because I'm gonna tell you something. You can't lose that State Farm again. He can't lose it.
So
one of the biggest Grambling alumni is in Dallas. They got a lot of pull out there. He got to win that game. You got to win that game.
Yeah, Hughes. I think, especially the second year that he's at the helm, and he had a whole off season to recruit. And he's got to do better. He's got to stabilize his quarterbacking position.
Yep. And it's not Calvez. Calvez is not the one.
Yeah. He didn't play too bad at the end, though. You know what I mean? Being a freshman, he didn't play that well. He didn't play that bad. But I think that especially with the kid, what was the running back, Washington? They didn't utilize it.
No.
What's that?
They didn't utilize him right.
No. But seeing the guy have 3 or 4 touches, getting about 200 yards. This guy was phenomenal.
He's one of the most explosive people. I'm gonna say this again. One of the best runs in the SWAC this year was that run he made on Jackson State for about 75 yards. That was a pro run.
Yeah.
Yep. And
then they just blew the Bayou Classic. They beat Southern for 3 quarters and blew it. He's on the clock. I'm just telling y'all, he on the clock. He was on the clock.
So I'm gonna tell you this: this past season for Grambling, Maurice Washington did not play in this game. Now Floyd Chalk, on the other hand, he was a problem for Prairie View. He was a problem for Prairie View. So
did all of them come back? Did that other freshman come back? Or did somebody?
Chance.
Yeah,
he's back too. So
them boys are good. Them guys are good.
So, did they get another quarterback in?
They got the kid from Alabama State.
Okay.
So they got Miles Crawley. So now I'm gonna say it just like this: if they can beat Grambling, and they are, Prairie View is on a after last season, they are on a 5-game winning streak against Grambling. That
Right.
has not happened in over 40, like 40 years, 40, 50 years. It hasn't
Yeah, probably
happened.
goes back to Billy Nixon.
It
Because
goes back
Ross
to
didn't do nothing with Billy Nix.
so just to say that Grambling, just to say that Prairie View is on a winning streak against one team, speaks volumes. Now, this game, the way this game is going to be set up, it won't be a blowout like it was last season.
Right.
Last season they won that game 34-7.
Now who was that? That was Grambling and Prairie View.
Uh-huh.
Because
So
I watched that on HBCU Go.
yep. So Prairie View won this game 34-14. I would say this game will be a little bit more closer than what it was from last season. But
Right.
I'll say Prairie View takes the dub against Grambling. There will be on this will be a 6-game winning streak against Grambling. And Hugh Jackson gonna have to figure something out because you cannot lose against your rival. This is one of your rivals.
I'm telling y'all, he's on the clock. This shit, the honeymoon is over. He's on the clock. He's on the clock.
So now,
But you see, my question, Mr. Ford, to you is that, Mr. Ford, you fire people quicker than you hire them. But the thing is, do you think what is the time allotted that you think a coach should come in and try to change the program around? It can't be just 2 years.
Well, now, let me just say this. Because it's Grambling, it
Yeah.
usually take a coach between 3 to 5 years to change a program. But because it's Grambling, you're not getting 3 to 5. Because of what
Maybe
they're
that's the
used to.
problem.
See, one man won over 400 games. I
Yeah.
tell people all the time, listen, you can't go to Jackson State and learn how to coach. You can't go to FAMU and learn how to coach. You can't go to Southern and learn how to coach. You can't go to Grambling and learn how to coach. You can't go to North Carolina A&T and learn how to coach. You can't go to Tennessee State because of what they are used to. Those programs feed off of championships, and they can't wait 5 years because their fans are impatient.
I give you that.
Yeah, you can't. Those schools right there, your resume has to say that you are a champion. You can't go to Grambling, Jackson State, and Southern and tell them I'm gonna learn how to coach. You can't do that. FAMU,
Yeah, but
no.
you can be
I
the
tell y'all
best
all
job.
the time. FAMU went 80 years. Out of the 80 years, they only had 12 losing seasons.
Yeah, but you can be a great jockey, but if you don't have the horses, you can't run the race.
Let me tell you something. That's on them. They better go get them because I tell everybody right now, and Doc, you know I've said this. We are in a renaissance in black college football. If you don't have NFL caliber players, it's your fault. It's your fault.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to tell y'all, there are Division II schools like Albany State, Fort Valley, and Benedict. They're going to start looking like SWAC schools because they know how to use the transfer portal. I don't know if y'all had a chance to do it, but y'all need to look at the people that Quinn Gray has brought from Florida to Albany State. A lot of them guys are Division I boys.
You just said something about Division II. Man, shout out to Morehouse.
Oh,
Morehouse got a coach now.
Yes,
so
they
that
did.
Is the last spot. That is it. Every coaching spot is full now in HBCU football. So we are good. Congratulations to Morehouse. And the dude is a Morehouse man, but he has a lot of coaching experience and he knows a lot about the game. So maybe he can get Morehouse over the hump. At least give him about 4 wins. You get 4 wins for Morehouse, that's a good season for you.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, you doing one hell of a job.
Listen, all Morehouse want to do is beat Clark. That's all they want to do. As long as they beat Clark.
We'll see after this season. We'll see this season.
Yeah.
So I got I got Prairie View at 4-1. So they will be Grambling.
Yeah,
October the 7th, they go. They have Mississippi Valley coming to Prairie View. All right, now
they should win that. They should win it.
they should win
They
that.
should.
They should
Yeah, they
win
should
that.
win that.
They
Yeah.
should win that. But let's remind people about Valley. Valley in the last 2 years
Oh
has
yeah.
beat Prairie View late
Yeah.
in the season.
Yeah,
It
last year
late
they killed them.
killed
From
them.
the listen from that roster, I listen. I don't think nobody should beat Prairie View in Prairie View. I don't think nobody should beat them at home.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I think nobody should be Prairie View in Prairie View.
that's right.
But
Nobody
like I
should beat
said,
them there.
they played Valley, and here's the thing. This game is in the middle of the season. Y'all
Yeah.
played Valley. Y'all played them at the end of the year, so you cannot go into. You can't have Valley come into your house and you roll over. You can't. You just cannot do that. You can't do that. So, I had to look at the rest of the roster for Valley for what Coach Wade is doing at Itabena. But
Yeah.
the roster that you have, Prairie
Yes.
View, you should
Yes.
be able to beat Valley, and you should be able to beat Valley soundly.
Yeah.
You
Because like you
cannot.
said, they really not rebuilding. What they add now is depth. Because they
Right.
not losing that many people. And everybody that they losing, they not gonna miss them.
Right. So Valley, you beat Valley. I mean, you beat Valley. You're setting yourself up to go to the SWAT championship game from the West.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's that's a 5-1 record right there, because the only loss that I see right here is against SMU. Now, like I
Right.
said, I'm gonna tell you about the Abilene Christian game. It could go either way, but the way that your team is set up now, you have a chance to beat Abilene Christian, and that gives you a good somewhat of resume as far as for your schedule goes.
Right.
Next on the list is the Houston Christian Huskies. Now, it used to be called Houston Baptist. This is my ex-wife's alma mater.
They
But
pretty good, aren't they good?
they were good. Now they did it was the home for Bailey Zappi for a second before he went up to Western Kentucky. They were on a downslide, but they
Okay.
should be back up. But I wouldn't say
The
back
last
up.
time they played, did Prairie View win it or they won it?
The last time they played Prairie
Prairie View
View,
won? Did they win?
that was 2 years ago. They won.
So
Prairie View won that game.
Prairie View, okay. So this is a toss up.
Yeah. So this is.
Okay.
I mean, it
Okay.
could be a toss-up game, but the way it's set up, you're playing it now. This is in Houston, so they're playing them at Husky Stadium in Houston, which don't really sit too many people right there, probably like 5,000. You're over in the Sharpstown area.
Right.
So this game right here, I want to say it's a blowout, but I'll say by at least 14 points, you can win this game. Let me see. Let's see. Oh no, I mean they not playing Incarnate Word this year. They took them. They are out the schedule. They just did a home and home. That was it.
Yeah. That's why I said they could win 9 or 10. You ain't got to worry
Uh,
about it. They could win 9 or 10.
They asked me why did PV get Valley for his third straight year. I thought they were supposed to roll out the schedule. I don't know how this is supposed to be. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know if it's the permanent cross. I don't know how. I don't know how this goes. I have to ask. I'm gonna have to ask Blue from Blue
Yeah.
Bloods how the swag
Right.
schedule goes right there, because
Because
it's
Valley's
kind
in the East, right? In Valley
Valley's
in the East? In the East? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have Houston Christian win. I have Houston Christian losing this game to Prairie View. I think it's still, as far as offensive wise go, it's still too much firepower that some of these teams cannot handle. So yeah, I got Houston. I got Prairie View winning this game. So that is a 6-1 record right there. Now they
Okay.
have a off day. They have an off week on the 21st of October. Then on the 28th, they are down there in Tallahassee over at Bragg Stadium against the
Oh, that's
Florida
gonna be
A&M
big.
Rattlers. We've already
That,
discussed this on Monday.
yeah, that's big. That's a big
uh,
game.
it's a big game.
That's a
Um,
biggie. When's
I
the last
think
time Prairie View was in Tallahassee? When's the
they
last time
said
Prairie View played in Tallahassee?
it was years. 'Cause
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's gonna be a big game. And man, Willie gonna have them boys up. That's a homecoming. That's a
Yep.
pack house. That's more people outside than inside the stadium trying to get in. Oh,
And
that's gonna be a
Florida
big
State
game.
gonna have a game in Tallahassee that week too. So
They do?
they don't. Remember
Oh, they
Mr.
don't.
Fuller
Yeah,
said they don't have a game
that's
that week.
right. Hey, listen,
So
man. That's a sellout right there.
Bam has a sellout.
Yeah, that's a
Now,
sellout.
I
this
hope that
game,
game's on HBC. Go.
could go either way though.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna
This
be
game,
that's gonna be a clash. That's gonna be a clash.
could be a clash. This game can go either way.
Yeah,
The
that's
reason
gonna be a
why
clash.
I say it can go either way is because of the simple fact that FAMU brings back most of their team, and the
Yeah,
thing that they bring back is a proven quarterback in Jeremy
right.
Musa.
Yes. And see,
So
this is Bubba McDowell against Willie Simmons. That's
right,
another thing. Okay.
McDowell was
If
defensive
Bubba is gonna be
coordinator
one of the
for
top
Willie.
coaches, he got to beat Willie Simmons.
Remember when Willie was there, Bubba was there too. Bubba
Yeah, but I'm
McDowell was
saying,
Willie's defensive
yeah,
coordinator.
I'm
I'm
saying
saying
if Bubba's gonna
Bubba's
be
gonna
one
be
of the
one of the
top
top
coaches
coaches
in the
in the
spot,
spot,
he
he
got to
got to
beat
beat
Willie.
Willie.
You got to echo, Mr. Ford.
Oh, I'm
Oh, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Uh,
I'm gonna
I'm
go
gonna
out
go
and
out and
okay.
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 So
So
it must be me. Can y'all
can
hear
y'all
me?
hear me?
Hold on.
Hold on.
Can y'all
Can
hear me?
y'all hear me?
Hey
Hey
Brian, can you
Brian,
hear
can you
me?
hear me?
Hold on.
Hold on.
All right. See if this. Can y'all hear me? All right. Okay, I'm still echoing. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. My bad. I don't
I
know
got
what's.
my headset went dead.
Oh, I thought it was me. Oh snap.
Yeah, I can't wait for the SWAC this year, man. Just as with
Oh
the
yeah.
new coaches and everything that's going on, man. I'm excited. I got my new JSU hoodie. You know, yeah, I'm fired up.
So of course, when I do Jackson State schedule, it's gonna be last because
Yeah,
I want you know I want to build the excitement for
and
it.
FAMU really, uh, I'm gonna be interesting how Musa's gonna do with Lockhart. For the kid that transferred.
Mhm.
He committed to JSU, then he left. But I'm committed. I'm fascinated to see how he'll do with there.
All right, but yeah, when it comes, yeah, Mr. Ford, when it comes down to it, as far as
You hear me?
yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
hear
you.
you.
Okay. All right.
So
What we saying?
when it comes down to it with Prairie View and FAMU, it's
Uh-huh.
going to be a clash. It's going to be a
Yeah, that's gonna
clash.
be a clash.
Like I said, Willie got history with Bubba because Bubba
Yeah.
was his defensive coordinator,
Right.
and Willie was the head coach at the time. So we're looking at two proven coaches.
Yeah. Oh
That
yeah.
know each other.
Yeah, that know each other. That know pretty much the tendencies of what you do. Now, remember, like I said, Bubba McDowell is straight up defense.
Yeah.
So he's going to game plan against, or he's going to game plan for Jeremy Musa and these wideouts. So these cornerbacks, these DBs, going to have to be on their toes when they play against Fam.
Yes,
They
they
got
are. And don't forget about them tight ends they got. They got some good pass catching tight ends.
so, but
I just
I
hope
have
FAMU's defense is better because their defense, they were just playing vanilla defense looked like last year.
Who was that?
FAMU.
talking about FAMU.
Yeah, but that defense came together at the end of the season, and then they brought in more length. A lot of 6'5s are coming in the fam this year that can run, especially up on the front seven.
So I'm gonna say this though: Prairie View ain't winning this game. It'll be a close game, but they
Yeah,
ain't winning this game right here.
yeah. Fam
So
has that home winning streak going too, right?
pretty much,
Yeah. What is it? Is it 14 or 15? What's the home winning streak?
I think it was 15.
15. Yeah.
Mr. Campbell think it was 15. But yeah, you ain't this game right here. Yeah, Prairie View not winning this game. So that would make you, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 7, 6-2.
Okay.
6-2. Next game on the list would be the Golden Lions of UAPB. That is on November the 4th. And more than likely, that would be Prairie View's homecoming right there.
Yeah.
That's Prairie View's homecoming. Prairie View don't really lose homecoming like that. Now, Alonzo, now Pine Bluff is coming in with a new head coach in Alonzo Hampton.
Right.
I am to probably do that schedule tomorrow, and then work my way towards. Actually, I'll do Texas Southern tomorrow. I'm gonna do Texas Southern tomorrow afternoon, and then Friday I will do Pine Bluffs.
Right.
But Pine Bluff, they're coming in. They're coming into Blackshear Field. They don't have a proven quarterback.
Right.
You got to replace the running back that you lost in the transfer portal. So Coach Hampton got a lot of pieces to work on for Pine Bluff. And I have to look at his recruiting list of what he got that came in last week. But I say Prairie View blows out Pine Bluff.
I agree.
I say about a 30-point blowout. Prairie View win this game, and then win homecoming, and they will be 7-2.
Mhm.
7-2. All right. November the 11th, they go east to Baton Rouge. They go to Prairie View, Louisiana. That's what I call it.
Wait a minute. So Southern comes to Prairie View?
The Prairie View goes to Southern, but I call it Prairie View, Louisiana because
It's gonna be a biggie. That's a bunch of homeboys.
that's a bunch of homeboys.
Homeboys. Them Louisiana boys gonna get together. That's gonna be a battle.
Now, when I do Southern schedule breakdown and their recruits, we gonna talk about what Dooley really needs to do.
Buy a new suit.
I keep telling y'all, for me, Dooley is a good offensive coordinator. I'm not sold on him as a head coach. I love him as an offensive coordinator. I loved him at when he was at Pine Bluff as offense coordinator. He had that boy Ben, was it Ben Johnson or Ben something?
Yeah.
I loved him at Grambling as offense coordinator, but they disappointed me too bad this past season.
Well, especially keeping in that quarterback in the championship game where the other guy
Yeah.
come out and ball. You know what I mean? That was ridiculous.
It really was. I thought somebody should have been called on the carpet for that.
He was about to be called on the carpet at they had the coaches called. They should have been called on the carpet. Like,
Yeah. He's just got to show me. I'm just not. I love Dooley as an offense coordinator, but I'm just not sold on him as a head coach. I'm just.
Now, like I said, Dooley got to find a quarterback.
Well, he's got, like I said, now he got that kid from UAB that's coming, and I still say it's Noah Biden's time. Noah Bolden, it's time for him to play.
So I'm gonna say it just like this: Prairie View comes in and probably wipes the floor with Southern, whitewashes them.
You just never know what you're gonna get with Southern. You don't.
Yeah, that's the thing with Southern. You know what I mean? They're such a tipsy-turvy team. You know what I mean? One day they look great, and all of a sudden, the next time you say, "Jesus, what the hell's going on with this?"
Yeah, isn't that an enigma? Isn't that what they call it? An enigma?
Yeah, an enigma, 100%.
You don't know what they're gonna do.
Now, last season they did. Southern came to Prairie View, won the fight, lost the fight, won the fight on the field.
Yeah.
45 to 13.
Yeah.
So now Prairie View got to go to Baton Rouge to get their lick back from Dooley. And I think a lot of these kids are gonna have that game on their mind.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be no fighting over there because you fighting over in Southern.
Well, you know what? You got to play with aggression, buddy, but got to be controlled aggression.
Right. So my thing about that is, I think Prairie View going to be Southern in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
On that day, looking at a 9-2, no, not 8-2 right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now your last game of the season is Alabama State.
Oh.
They come to
do they go to Montgomery or they come to Prairie View?
They come to Prairie View.
Okay.
Prairie View has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, they got 4 home games, and then you can kind of cancel the simple fact that they go to Houston, twice this year, and it's really,
what is the capacity? What is the capacity of Prairie View?
15,000.
Is it 15?
16,500.
Yeah. Okay.
Where they can actually expand it to like 20, 25 to 30.
So you say Prairie View has to go to Houston twice?
Yeah, they play Texas Southern, and then they play Houston Christian.
Okay.
So they go to Houston twice. So really, it's not even like they going a long way. They're within the region. They go to the crazy thing is they come to Dallas twice because they play SMU on the third game of the season, and then they play Grambling for the State Fair Classic.
And that's the 4th game?
And that is the 5th game. That
fifth
is the
game.
5th game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's ain't nothing but a 45-minute drive to Houston from Prairie View. All you gotta do is just basically straight. It's on. You on 190.
Right.
So, and you just go down there, get the 45, and boom, you in Houston. Now that's just on a day where ain't nobody out there. Do it. Go to Houston during rush hour traffic and see how fast you get there.
Doc, let me ask this question. Prairie View is getting a new president, right?
Yes.
Okay, any word on it? It's a lady, right?
It's a lady.
Okay, any word on how she stands on athletics? Is she not? Listen, I love Dr. Ruth Simmons, but Dr. Simmons didn't give a damn about no athletics. Okay, but I loved her. She was a great woman. But I want to know about this new lady. What's her stand on athletics? Anybody know?
Yeah.
I had to check and see myself.
Because I'm trying to tell y'all, championships and great teams, that stuff starts in the president's office.
Yeah. But they got to hire people, in my opinion, that has sports management background too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
So Doc, what's the latest on the athletic director? Who's the new athletic director, Prairie View?
Let me see, because I have all that on my.
Because I think Dr. Simmons fired one of them, didn't she?
Yeah, I think so.
After a game or something, something went down with missed flights or something. She got rid of whoever the person was. She got rid of them. Cause see, that's the. I keep telling people now, we getting personnel. Do we have these presidents, these athletic directors, these coaching staffs, these support staff? That's on the burner now.
So they don't have an athletic director just yet.
Oh no!
It's
Wait a
the
minute.
interim. John Gardner is the interim athletics director, and pretty much what he's doing, from what I'm hearing, still doing a hell of a job.
Okay. Okay. So hopefully he gets the job. Is it like that?
I would say keep him on there.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the president search. So I'm about to read the president search. But before we do that, I got. Oh no, Mr. Hey,
Hmm?
hold on, Mr. Campbell. I've already said Prairie View ain't beating fam in Tallahassee. I've already said it. I say with this game right here with Alabama State, we're gonna talk about the presidency and athletic director Prairie View.
Right.
With this game for Alabama State, I have this, like you said, this is a homecoming game for Demetrius Davis because he's from Galena Park,
Right.
east side of Houston. But like you've been talking about this, you've been chirping about this for the longest. How well is Demetrius Davis going to be developed as a QB? Who
But
is
Blue
going to be?
remember Blue told us that they went and got this very successful high school coach. He's gonna be the quarterback coach. I was feeling good about that.
Yeah, but I would still say I will go find me an offensive coordinator before.
Yeah, we gotta have offensive coach. Yeah.
Harry Williams called.
Well, Davis has a tendency to get injured too. That's his problem too.
It's because he was taking unnecessary licks.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure.
So he has to get a little bit, I wouldn't say bigger, but he has to put some sort of weight on to where he won't take a lot of hits. And if you're going to run the type of offense like he ran in high school, then first of all, you're going to need some athletic offensive linemen.
Yeah.
And second of all, you got to get him some receivers to where they can actually catch the ball.
Now listen, Alabama State didn't really lose any offensive linemen, did they? And I thought they brought in a number.
Now, they brought in a couple of more offensive linemen, but they
didn't big lose. Guys, right?
Yeah, big guys. But
now, did they really lose any offensive linemen from last year?
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did either.
But I have Prairie View winning this game right here against Alabama State. Close game because
it's gonna be a close game.
It's gonna be a close game because we're gonna say defense.
Yeah,
the defense is gonna be the difference in this game. For Alabama State, can they control this offense that they had that Prairie View has, and can Prairie View basically run the ball or even pass the ball? Really pass the ball.
Yeah, really, that was a big problem last year.
That's the biggest problem last season. because you're running the ball, and especially against this Alabama State defense, where pretty much they're big up front.
Yeah, yeah, they
You're
were
not gonna
tough.
be
Yeah, they had
you're
a
not
good
gonna be good.
defensive
But
line.
it's gonna be a close. It's gonna be a close game with Prairie View winning this game. So I got Prairie View. That is a 9-2 record.
That's
Now
what I'm thinking.
we have a
That's what I'm thinking.
9-2 record that will
Yeah,
send your ass to the SWAC championship game from the
yeah,
West Division.
you're right.
That will send your ass to the SWAC championship game for the Western Division. Now the SWAC championship game is going to be up for grabs because hell, Shadur is not in Jackson no more. Prime is not in Jackson no more. But that does not uh say the fact that Jackson State is still building something at the
They're
Prime
going.
level.
Jack State's going to have a really good team.
Yeah, they are. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's gonna be better. I do.
So
I
Well,
think they're
it
gonna be
only could be
better.
better if they go 12-0. Mr.
Yeah,
Ford.
and then win the Celebration Bowl
Yeah,
because I think that's gonna happen too.
yeah. They got the potential to be very, very good. I agree with the
Yeah, they the
kids out
dominant
there.
team in the SWAC. They
Yeah.
they the king of the hill.
Yeah,
and
I
like I
think
said,
and I think
like
TC's going to do a great job coaching.
Yeah,
it
I love his
Prairie
staff. I do.
Prairie in 9 games, your ass better go to the SWAT championship game and you better win
Prairie View.
because that's how I'm saying it all. I'm gonna see how it go down. But the
Yeah,
9-2 Prairie View game, 9-2 Prairie View, shoot in the West, that's dangerous, y'all. That is
yeah,
dangerous.
because the West is in need of a dominant team. They don't have a dominant team. I think that the I mean we talking Prairie View tonight, but the other team we got to look at too is that Alcorn team because I thought the
But
only thing they were missing last year was that quarterback position, and I
I
think they
got
done settled that.
I got to get G on the show for that one. He's
Yeah,
the
that
guy.
that Prairie View man. You know Fred now. Fred don't back down from nobody.
Yep. So I had to have G on the show for Alcorn schedule breakdown. He could give me a good logist, and then I'm having my guy J Mac both from Swagging the Fool on the
Yeah,
show for when they do Southerns. I do Southerns breakdown. So I want to hear it from them two right there. 'Cause I've already heard it from Mr. Ford.
Those
I'm
guys
not
too
Mr. Ford, but
much.
I already heard it from Mr. Campbell about FAMU and why
yeah,
they did their schedule the way that they did it.
right.
uh, but now I would say this about Prairie View schedule: four home games. That's if you could have added one more home game, that would have been much better right there.
Now what does Prairie View average at their home games? Are they averaging what do they average about 10? What do they average?
Prairie View can average close to like 10,000. When
10,000.
homecoming comes, is more
That's a
people.
sellout.
I've
Is
seen this.
homecoming a sellout?
It could be depending on how good the team is. But see, Mr. Ford, remember you got those diehard Prairie View
Right.
alums where when they was losing
Hmm.
back to, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh yeah.
Hold on, let me see. Got to get an HBCU preseason poll. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that too. We're gonna do a preseason poll too. Uh, but when Prairie View was losing back in the '90s,
Right.
they would sell the stadium, but then they knew they were about to get blown out and
Oh yeah.
just leave out after halftime. So you got those fans, and then you got the students now, where some of these students don't even really care about football. They just care like, well, it's a home game, so ain't nothing happening. So I don't want to be in my room all day. So let's
Right.
just go to the game. But uh I don't see them uh selling out as far as homecoming goes. Now I got to see when their homecoming game is. I mean,
Right.
if
Right.
their homecoming game is on the 4th of November, I guess what we got? Pine Bluff.
Right.
Um, that won't be no sellout. Now if you flip flop that as Southern was your homecoming game, oh that thing's selling out. It's
Right.
selling out. It don't matter
Yeah.
what it is. 'Cause,
Oh yeah.
Southern gonna bring they half of the stadium, probably fill up the other part of the stadium too. They
Right.
probably gonna be sitting on the hill and everything.
So now, so the two big games for Prairie View is the game at the Cotton Bowl and then homecoming, and then the one with Texas Southern, right?
With Texas Southern. It's always been, and my aunt always she always told me that. She's always said, like, look, Labor Day Classic is a big game.
Right. Right.
State Fair Classic, big game.
And then
Homecoming,
homecoming.
we don't
Right.
care about it. She's like, we don't care about nothing else. My aunt graduated from Prairie View in 1991. So
Oh yeah.
she'll tell you everything. She was there when they would start losing. Yeah, she was there. She was there. Uh, at old Blackshear Field,
Yeah.
where it looked like
Yeah.
a high school stadium. Yeah,
That's
she was
right.
there.
Oh yeah.
uh, so now, well, we get ready to talk about this. The president's search for Prairie View. So now, from what I'm reading, this is from November the 10th, 2022. The Texas A&M University Systems Board of Regents on Thursday named Tamika P. LeGrand as the sole finalist to become the ninth president of Prairie View A&M University.
Right.
After a national search, Chancellor John Sharp, remember that name, John Sharp, he
Right.
is a Bush appointee, uh, recommended Dr. LeGrand as sole finalist and the board approved. Under state law, the Board of Regents named a finalist for at least 21 days before making the appointment at a subsequent meeting. Dr. LeGrand, who is currently Vice President for Strategy, Enrollment, Management, and Student Success at Virginia Commonwealth University, will not
That's
assume
Richmond.
her duties, mhm,
Yeah, that's
will not
Richmond.
assume her duties at Prairie View A&M until the end of the 2022-2023 school year.
Okay.
So she will become the president in the fall
This summer.
when the sum,
This summer, right?
yeah, this summer.
In July. July 1st will probably be her first day.
Right. She would succeed Dr. Ruth Simmons, who will
Right.
become president emerita and will hold a faculty appointment as university professor, a position that will allow her to remain a campus figure, raising money, expanding the national profile of the university, and lecturing to another generation of students. Dr. LeGrand will provide great leadership for the Panthers for many years to come, said Chancellor Sharp. Her experience and leadership in enrollment, management, and student success is exactly what Prairie View needs at this juncture to build on the great work Ruth Simmons has provided these past 5 years. I'm
Right.
excited by where Prairie View is headed. So Dr. LeGrand, who's been at VCU since 2018, has experience in Texas. She served as an administrator for student affairs and enrollment management at the University of Houston downtown from 2012 to 2018. She also received a doctorate in higher education administration from Texas Tech University. Prior to her duties in Houston, Dr. LeGrand worked at North Carolina A&T State
Hmm.
and Winston-Salem State University. She received her bachelor's in chemistry from Savannah State University and a
Oh,
master's in chemistry from North Carolina A&T State University.
that's a
Man,
homegirl.
this woman is smart as hell, y'all.
Yeah, but does
Yeah.
she have the background in first in the sport athletics? That's the key too.
Yeah.
I'll say it like this: when it comes to her doing for athletics, if she hires the right athletic director,
She needs to go look for her Ashley Robinson 2.0.
Yeah.
there you go. Where all she got to do is worry about the school side, and that AD just worry about the sports. That's
Yeah.
all you got to. That's it. And that's all. That's all you have to do.
Because the thing is, like I think we talked about it ad nauseum. As far as the HBCUs, is the financial part. It's always, you know what I mean. It's like Mr. Ford said, it's going to be a renaissance, but it's always taking advantage of your time period. And you know what? Make sure because that your schools become more feasible, economically wise, and And the thing is, so it becomes profitable. So you can drive in more recruit, drive the enrollment up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because what do parents want for their kids? A place to sleep and make sure they're fed.
Well, listen, and to add on to that, they announced today the University of Georgia made $34 million off of the football team this year.
Well,
Mm,
geez,
Yeah,
mm,
because
man,
football is their number one breadwinner.
yeah. That support the school, $34
Yeah.
million.
that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, for the presidential search, she this is she don't in the way she look, she don't even look like she about 30 some years old. She has to be in her 40s. Like sh- really, I promise you, I promise you, she looked like bro. She looked like she don't take no mess from nobody.
Well, no, the one in their position that probably climbed up the ladder. She has to have that chutzpah, as they say, to get to where she is, because unfortunately, the men, it's more male dominated in the corporate world, and as far as the academics, and as directors and so on forth. So you know what, she earned her keep, and like you said, she probably doesn't take no shish, you know. And glad for her. Congratulations to the queen.
Yeah.
Man, she's 43 years old. She the same. Oh, you know what? I need to step my game up. This woman is 43 years old, about to be ahead of one of the best HBCUs in all of the United States.
Doc, they
For
have 10,000 students. What's Prairie View? They got 10,000.
Prairie,
They got 10,000.
let me see. They
Because it got to be the second or third largest black HBCU, right?
uh they have almost 10,000.
So what are they, number two or number? I know A&T is number one. What are they, two or three?
Now remember, fam is number two.
Or FAMU is number two?
Remember, fam is at over a little bit over 10,000 from what I've heard. I
Okay,
remember
FAM is two. So what, Prairie View is three or four?
I say like three or four. Like I say top five though. I'm gonna say just like
Oh, yeah, I know they top five. I'm just wondering if they were number three or four. Yeah, they top five. Texas Southern. Where's Texas Southern? What's the
um
enrollment at Texas Southern? Texas Southern at one time was 10,000, weren't they?
yeah, it's Southern's at 7,500. They
Who,
had
who's
a
that? Who's at 75?
uh TSU.
They don't lost some students there. Because at one time Texas Southern was 10,000 or might be 10,000 and above. They've lost some kids. Where's Prairie View?
Prairie View is 9350.
That's right. Yeah. So Prairie View's got to be what, the third largest black university or fourth largest?
Like
I need to
third
look
line.
that up.
Well, gentlemen, I gotta say good night. It's been a pleasure. I gotta
Yeah,
get up early in the morning. It's twelve
Thank you,
o'clock my
man.
time here on the East Coast.
I'm
So
with you. I'm on the East Coast too.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Man,
so
So
thank
Doc, when you coming back again?
I'll be here tomorrow.
Now, who you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow afternoon, I am doing Texas Southern.
You doing anything tomorrow night?
Tomorrow evening, I will be with the guy from I'll be with my guy from Put It On Something podcast. So he gonna come on the show. We gonna talk
Is
about
he got a call in or is he got what does he have a call in?
nah, he don't have a call in. It's
Call
just
in.
gonna be on mine. It's gonna be on mine.
Oh, to be on your okay.
Yeah.
All right, well listen, y'all have a good night. I'm gonna take it in too.
All right now. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Have a good night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But largest swag school by enrollment and is gonna be fam. I mean, well, it's gonna be Prairie View, then Fam, and then yeah. But that is the schedule for Prairie View. Like I said, Prairie View, you go 9-2, your ass better go to the SWAC championship. You better go to the SWAC championship. It is SWAC championship or bust. I think it for every school now is going to be SWAC championship or bust. So um, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. Uh, I gave, I give your schedule, I give your schedule a plus. I give your schedule a plus because of uh, the two FCS schools that you're playing out of conference. Plus, you can say SMU, but you know it's SMU. You already know. Yeah, shout out to Isaiah Land for getting a combine invite in Indianapolis. But we need to give my boy, y'all need to go get my boy Aubrey Miller his just due. He needs to get a invite for the combine also. So he can show all the teams what he can do. We know what he can do. We saw what he did on Saturday, but to show it, to show it and see what he can truly do, run his 40 and all everything, his bench, his bench press, he needs to be at the combine. He needs to be at the combine. If no ifs, ands, or buts about it, y'all. Um, but like I said, tomorrow check out around 3 o'clock. I will do the breakdown for Texas Southern. Then around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I will have Put It On Something podcast on the show, and we're gonna get it cracking, and we're gonna talk about all the things with Eddie Joel, what he said about HBCUs and the fight for the city of Jackson that the dang on Mississippi government wants to have. I read that. It's stupid. It's crazy, y'all. Hmm. Well, we'll see. But like I said, uh, shout out to Raymond Woody for getting been formally introduced as the head coach of Bethune Cookman. There was a lot of people that actually gave money for Bethune today. So, like I said, if you want to go ahead, we can do this and send this for the football team. Try to get $2,000 by the end of February. Put your money where your mouth is. Cash App is right there down below. If you need to take a picture of it, let just go ahead and take a picture of it. You just need to write it down. You can write it down, but that is the Cash App right there. And we doing this for the kids, and just not for me. It's all for the kids, y'all. So, so we always say, put your money where your mouth is. Also, also, also become an exclusive member for $4.99 for the channel. Everything that you when you become a member, you get everything exclusive from the channel about when I come on, our community posts, polls, everything. All for $4.99. We're gonna add some more tiers to this, probably like next month. So uh every when you have this right here, this goes towards the channel. It doesn't go in my pocket. It does not go in my pocket, y'all. So I'm just letting everybody know that. And so just hit the join button when you on your desktop computer. Hit the join, $4.99. You in there, dog? You in there? You are in there. You are in there. So other than that, man. Oh, we got some things. I got some things coming down the line. Also, um, Saturday when you come on the shows with Saturday when I have Timona with She Loves D podcast on the show as usual when we do Saturday Night Live. hopefully my bro can give us a new theme song for the show on Saturday and a new intro for the show. Just not just for Saturday, just but for me also. So I got some new things coming down the pipeline that should be in the works. Hopefully it'll come by either the end of this month or next beginning of next month. So when you check out the podcast on Saturday, you'll see a whole new um setup as far as for what it goes with us. But as always, I'm your guy. I'm your boy. I'm the host. I'm your I'm your doctor when you need. I ain't your pusher, but I'm your bro, Doc Holiday. This has been another HBCU Overdrive live stream. As always, make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment and share it with your people. Most of all, subscribe. Like I said, hit that join button. Make it exclusive. $4.99 a month. This is where all HBCUs matter. So if you want to get that real from me, you get that real. Come to me. Come right here. Watch it on here. You know what I'm saying? Like we say here in Dallas, you know what I'm saying, we do a slump, not dump. So we do it real here. But man, as always, as always, y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe, and as usual, y'all stay dangerous. Peace.